Did you know that we have channel memberships now? If you'd like to help support this channel, get some exclusive Uguisubana emotes to use in the comments, as well as an exclusive badge by your name, click that join button now to find out more. Every bit of support really helps. Thanks guys. Nobody was quite sure why the building was abandoned, but when an unidentified dead body was found in the ruins, it became impossible to stop the spread of ghostly rumours. One of the most common claims was that visiting the site would ensure you suffered an accident after leaving. Why bother testing it, right? From the outside, the dorms still looked livable, but up close, the boards covering the windows quickly dispelled any notion of that. The building was clearly abandoned, and if you knew the stories surrounding it, you might think twice about going inside. One legend claimed that if you took photos inside the building, then that simple act would negatively affect you after leaving. Perhaps the ghosts inhabiting the area didn't like having their pictures taken, but either way, it was best not to capture things on film there. For those who did, trouble awaited. Like one young man who took a single photo at the abandoned dorms and then suffered a terrible car accident on the way home. A motorcycle was apparently not paying attention and rode right into the back of his car, injuring him seriously. Another young man was witness to an accident simply after visiting the dorms. Apparently a bicycle was riding on the side of the road and ran straight into a small truck. How this was possible remained unknown, as the road was straight with perfect visibility, and according to the friend, it was like the bike saw the truck up ahead, but just kept riding straight into it regardless. Both accidents were caused by cyclists running into larger vehicles. Could there be a connection? Or was it all just a terrifying coincidence? Either way, if you do visit the Uguisubana dorms, you do so at your own risk. The Uguisubana dorms can be found in the hot spring area of Komono in Mie Prefecture. Though now abandoned, there are rumours that the building used to be accommodation for said hot springs in the area, and, if you go back even further, the building was used as an employee dormitory for a Japanese inn called Uguisubana, hence its name. Rumours that the building used to be accommodation have never been substantiated, however, so these days, most people believe that the building was always used as employee dorms and nothing else. Either way, according to records, the 3-story building was constructed in 1960, and it's unknown exactly when the building ceased operation, but it's believed to have been abandoned since at least the late 1980s or early 1990s. Due to its location on a slope, the entrance to the building was actually on the 2nd floor, and you could find the bathrooms on the 1st floor, the dining hall and several employee rooms on the 2nd, with the 3rd floor consisting of the rest of the employee rooms. As with numerous buildings left abandoned around the country, this one soon fell into disrepair, and if you attempt to enter it these days, you put yourself at risk of something crumbling around you. Furthermore, the property remains private, so if you do choose to enter the grounds, you also put yourself at risk of trespassing should anyone find you in there. If the threat of being injured in a horrible accident doesn't put you off, then perhaps the large monetary fines will. Of course, being a creepy abandoned building that hasn't seen life in decades, the Uguisubana dorms have all sorts of ghostly tales attached to them now. Some of the more common tales told about the old building include a dark figure that can be seen standing, menacingly, near one of the burnt entrances to the building. The spirits of people who have taken their own lives hanging around, literally, as well as a mysterious rope hanging from a tree outside, and the spirit of a man in black that numerous people have seen on the roof. Who is he? Nobody is quite sure, but there he is, lurking on the roof of the empty building. And of course, tales of traffic accidents after leaving the site are all too common. This is perhaps the most famous rumour surrounding the site, and it appears to tie into numerous actual accidents that occurred after people left the building. For example, in August 1995, 4 men had an accident after leaving the site. Then, the following month, another 3 men were involved in a car accident after visiting the dorms. In September 1999, yet another 5 men crashed their car after visiting the dorms. And 4 months after that, 4 men were driving their car through Suzuka City after visiting the dorms, and were also involved in an accident. Surely all of these accidents couldn't have been a coincidence, right? That's what many people thought, and so an urban legend was born. Visit Uguisubana dorms, and it's at your own risk. Traffic accidents will soon follow. On top of all this, the decomposing body of a man in his 50s was discovered on the 2nd floor of the abandoned building in 1998. He had just 23 yen on him. It was determined that roughly 3 months had passed since death, but the identity of who he was and how he got there remained unknown. Between this and the scary number of accidents that took place after visiting the building, a veritable ghost spot was born. According to spirit mediums from Gibbo Kante, it's natural this building would become a ghost spot. The shape of the land makes it easy for kegare, filth, impurities, to gather, which makes it an attractive spot for spirits, both human and animal. It wasn't later events that made the spot haunted, but rather, it was always haunted all along, and no amount of cleansing would ever be able to help it. Either way, the building still remains today, although as more and more time passes, it deteriorates further and further. Once again, it may not be the ghosts that get you if you visit the abandoned dorms, but rather the perilous conditions of a building left unmaintained and ransacked by ghost hunters for numerous decades in a row. But what did you guys think of this one? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.